Welcome to The Things I Wish I Knew, the official YouTube channel and podcast. What are the things you wish you knew? Let's learn together, one life lesson at a time. Today's life lesson is, rejection is an illusion. We are always trying to convince someone who isn't 100% sure about us to be sure. We spend more time trying to make people who aren't fully committed to commit. One life lesson I think that you need to probably embrace is that you have to learn how to see rejection for what it is. We suffer when we chase after what doesn't want us, and we create meaning out of this, and this turns into self-sabotage and self-doubt. Rejection only means something if you put weight on it. We tend not to focus on what accepts us or what is currently welcoming you in your life right now. We don't look at the doors that are open, and we force our way through doors that are closed. So one thing I want you to do is I want you to embrace rejection. It's time not to fear it. Don't let rejection stop you or make you take a day off or a week off. Keep on going. Don't worry about the reasons why. It doesn't matter. You are in forward motion. Rejection is an interesting thing because right now I'm looking at my inbox and I see yeses and I see nos. If I want my mind to focus on all the no's, which is something we all naturally do, I can do this. But I choose not to. In fact, I delete negative or quote-unquote rejection emails. Some of you keep them. If this motivates you, it's up to you. Did you know that focusing on no is the same thing as focusing on negative things in life? If you don't want negative things to happen in life, so why is your focus on who is saying no to you or what you're not currently getting right now? In my case, I have learned to focus on the yeses in my inbox, the yes in my life. I will delete no's or anything that I feel isn't contributing. What I mean by contributing, I mean that it's not contributing to your progress or your vibration, meaning how do you feel energetically? What does this mean? Because of course in life you cannot improve without feedback, right? I want you to know that there's a difference between someone giving you feedback, which is designed to help you improve, and an opinion that doesn't help you at all. A life lesson that I learned over the years is that not all opinions are value-driven, meaning that they do nothing for you. The reality is that an opinion is just an opinion, whether it's positive or it's negative. What matters is the meaning you give it. Many of us hold on to opinions as if they are our personal Bible, as if somehow we must ingrain this person's opinion into our skin. An opinion isn't second skin. I can think of times, and I'm sure you can relate, when I allowed an opinion to dictate my actions or alter my vision, but not in a way that led me to a positive outcome or towards positive growth. So let's say right now you're looking at your inbox and you've read a lot of no's today and you get one yes. I want you to focus on the yes. Now maybe in a sea of no's, there's one person in particular who may have said that they are not interested at the moment in this project, but they think if you tried a few things, this would be of great benefit to you. They might have told you to keep in touch. I can think of quite a few situations like this, and later down the line, I ended up working with these individuals. I call this a slightly open door. These are just as important as the yeses. When someone says no to you, in fact, you are lucky. I'm sure you're thinking right now, well, I don't feel lucky, but to be honest, I know the Dalai Lama said this actually, not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck, meaning that certain situations, even people maybe you've liked to work with and they've said no to you, understand that the universe is working to bring you into an alignment. And so if this situation doesn't work for you, there's a reason to it. The reason why doesn't matter. Just know you have to keep on moving. I'm sure you've asked yourself, am I good enough? Honestly, who really knows what's good and what isn't good? Sometimes it has nothing to do with whether or not they think you're good enough or whether or not the project is good enough. It's just more a matter of perhaps they don't see themselves as part of your journey or part of your mission or part of what you were trying to accomplish. I always see it as a positive thing when someone says no when they're not interested. If you're lucky, you will receive great feedback. Great feedback is not rejection. And I think that if someone takes the time to give you feedback, they see something in you, and this can open doors for you to make some improvements and revise your project and perhaps present it to them later down the line. A lot of people ask the reasons why when someone says no. The first thing I say is, I don't ask why, because I think that if someone wants you to know why they don't want to work with you at the time and they see something in you, they will give you feedback. A lot of the times when someone isn't interested, you have to accept that. I also think that the reasons why don't matter, because who really knows anything? I always say we know everything and nothing. So that person might think one thing, and guess what? The next person that says yes to you might say, you know what? I believe in this project. I see what you're doing here. Let's get started. There are many people right now who are super successful who have been told that their idea isn't good enough or that their idea is terrible, who have been told that they weren't good enough or that they will never make it. They were able to push against the criticism. The question is, can you? Some people can't, and maybe this is you. I know there are situations where people offer unsolicited opinions. That's life, and you can't run away from this. It definitely burns a lot more when it's an opinion you went after. Let's say you were told that you aren't good enough according to this individual. This is the reason they have decided to say no. In their eyes, you don't cut it. Are you going to let this person dictate the flow of your life, how you feel about yourself? This is why I think it's important to see rejection as an illusion, not something that you manifest into your reality. Don't allow what someone says to you to define the rest of your life. Perhaps you want to be a world-class swimmer and you are not the best swimmer at the moment, but this doesn't mean that you can't practice and study the craft and become the best swimmer, or perhaps you want to be the next best boxer. This is what success stories are made of. It's been done before, so why not you? There are some people who would argue that there are certain singers who are successful that in their minds aren't the best singers, but you know what? What's amazing about these people is that maybe someone told them that they were not good enough at what they did, but they studied their craft and they became good at how they interpreted music. They became good at being themselves. So this is what I think you need to master. The mastery of self. Master yourself, master your skills, master what you have. Master your capabilities. And so what you can do is, one of the books that I love that I've read, and I think that if you're on this journey towards self-mastery, you should read this really great book by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., and it's called The Mastery of Self. And in fact, I think it's a great book for anyone who's trying to enrich themselves, and if you're on the journey of cultivating your best self. One of the things also I want to talk about when we are talking about rejection as an illusion is that I want you to stop spending so much time trying to meet the needs of other people or fulfill the list of things that they tell you you need to fulfill in order for them to see your value or your worth. Now, a saying you've heard before, I'm sure, is take what applies to you and leave behind what doesn't. So this is the same type of view you should have when you get feedback or an opinion. What works for you? Most people, when they hear feedback, don't take the things that can help them and apply it to their situation so they can move forward. Instead, they focus on the things that keep them stagnant, not moving. And if you're someone who is pursuing your dreams or pursuing your purpose, I know you feel a lot of insecurity and self-doubt hangs over your head every now and then. This is normal, it's natural. So when you allow yourself to focus on the comments that are basically confirming your self-doubt and your insecurities, this prevents you from moving forward. You've now trapped yourself in an illusion of rejection, and now this becomes your story, and this becomes your excuse as to why things are not happening in your life, or why you gave up on that project, or whatever it is you were striving for. Why you stopped trying to do that thing you were destined for. one of the ways to know that you're in alignment with your life path is that, or I should say, what I believe is that the universe will send you little signals or markers or sprinkles of, let's call it fairy dust, to show you that you are on the right path. Maybe all of a sudden you are meeting people in your industry, or people start coming your way, or you stumble into a store and you meet someone who knows someone who can help you with something you've been trying to work on. So if you are ever questioning if you are on the right path, in a sea of rejection letters, in a tsunami of feedback designed to keep you where you are and not elevate you, always listen to your intuition and also pay attention to the signs around you. What is happening around you? And this will show you that you are on the right path. That's why I think it's important to take breaks from social media, put your phone down, and get back to real life living. Now, some of you might say, well, everything around me is currently horrible. Obviously, I don't know you, so I don't know your reality. But I do know there is something or someone, a bright light, that is there for you to help transcend you out of your current situation. You have to look for it, and more importantly, you have to embrace it. There have been moments in my life where I felt perhaps I should give up, that maybe it's time for me to try something new. Then all of a sudden something happens. Maybe it's an email, or maybe I bumped into someone. Basically, a marker that reminds me that I am in alignment and that I am on the right path. So when it comes to pursuing your dreams or your goals, I think it's important to be in complete alignment. So what does this include? This includes the type of people you seek to work with and the type of people you surround yourself with. The people you surround yourself with, the people you choose to work with, will give you constructive advice that will help you to grow and continue on your journey. This will become the community of like-minded individuals who are there to help each other grow. This is how you know you are in alignment. You know when you're not in alignment when you encounter people who set you back in terms of growth. Maybe right now you're in a situation and you're working with people who make you feel like you're not moving. You're working with these individuals and everything they say makes you feel like you are taking 4 steps back and you continue to question yourself. People who believe in you will challenge you, but they will challenge you to become better. Take steps forward and take giant leaps. People who believe in you will force you to dive deeper into your insecurities. And in fact, they will tell you that your insecurities are indeed an illusion. It's that giant rejection button that's shining brightly that you continue to press every single day. It's basically spewing out all the things that people have said to you as to why you're not good enough, why they don't like your work, or why they don't think you are pretty enough. Whatever it is you are striving for in life, you have to change that rejection button that you press every single day into an acceptance button. Go where you are accepted and open doors for yourself. If you go where you are accepted, you will never have to feel the need to explain to people why you deserve to be somewhere. And what I mean by go where you are accepted, because I know we have to break the glass ceiling. We have to create change. It's a matter of how you start. Every great movement starts with like-minded people, energy that is in alignment. That energy expands from there, and it not only gives you a position you deserve to be in spaces you desire to be, it allows you to create bigger things. Remember that the universe has already accepted you. So metaphorically speaking, this means that you can desire to live in someone else's house or drive down their personal highway, or you can build your own castle, build a highway. You set a new course. In this state, you will feel complete acceptance. This is alignment. This is purpose. This means that energetically, since the universe has already accepted you and believes that you are worthy, the universe has accepted you into this round of existence as a spiritual being living a human experience. The idea that you are not accepted when you are walking into a space, this is not your story. It's an illusion. You are accepted. So your vibration will feel its highest and its strongest when you are in alignment. And when you are in alignment, you allow your body, your mind, your spirit to flow. And when you flow, you walk into spaces and places. Spaces that have embraced you and opened their arms for you. These are the spaces and places that none of us have looked at clearly. Are you paying attention? I used to think that when someone said no, this had something to do with me, and I'm sure you have felt the same way. I want you to know whether or not they didn't like you or if they didn't see something in you, it doesn't matter. The problem is when we don't get our own way or when someone says no, we always try to find the reasons why. Look for the answers that lead you to where you are going. I want you to start to ignore rejection. I think a lot of us have been taught to focus on rejection and find out why something isn't happening or why someone said no. Why don't you focus on what is happening and what can happen? What are your possibilities? Thank you for listening. Until next time, peace and love. Thank you for listening to the Things I Wish I Knew podcast. If you like this podcast, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for your weekly life lessons. If you'd like to read more life lessons or more on this life lesson today, please go to thethingsiwishiKnew.com.